Okay guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to change your front lower control arm on a Chrysler 200. I have the 2016 Limited 2.4 and doing this because I didn't see very many videos online, so hopefully this helps you guys out. I'm trying to go step by step, make it easy for you guys. So let's get to it. Okay, now these here are 8s. Like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah. So this was only 7 of them, and those will be 8mm. Okay, so the 8s are out. Now this one back here is a 10. Then we gotta remove our clips. So that 10 is out. Now I want to let you guys know before you even start, these clips are easy to break. There's a flat point here. What you want to do is get a flat screwdriver, fit in that stem, just pop it open, kinda make sure it's even all around before you yank it out. And it's you take out this top piece first, and then you'll take out this base here. You'll see it can just kind of like pop right out, but whatever you do, you don't want to force that, so try and be as even as possible before you yank that out. So you're gonna take off the clips where we can see them, and then we'll skip to the next spot. Okay, so I noticed some of them are a little stuck here. If you have any tool prying like panels or clips or whatever, that would be very useful for this part. Like I said, you want to pop out the top part, and then you take out this base right after. So okay, so now our clips. Oh, whoops, forgot one. Well, anyway, after that, we're gonna move our panel here. Just pull it right out. Right out. Push it back, pull them out, and keep going. Okay, so now our protector is off. You can see the inside of my car. This is why I'm changing it. My bushing is extremely bad. Did the other side yesterday, but I didn't record it, so I'm doing this for you guys today. There's a bolt under here we're going to take care of. I'll give you guys some measurements when I get my tools. There's that one. There should be 4 under here. I believe it was all 4 18s. This one, I'll give you an exact measurement. There's one here. There's a nut. And the that hex right there. There's that one. And a lot of people say that one's the hardest one to get out because of this bar here. It's in the way. So I'll show you guys how to take that apart. Keep going. Okay, so we're gonna go under our car now, and there's a couple of these 8s along the bumper side. You're gonna take them off so we can remove this panel just a little bit, because it will be in the way for this bar, and you have to remove this underlay if you have one to get to the front of this bar, which is being held down by 3 15mm bolts. There's 2 here, but there's one at this bottom side down there. I'll show you it right there. So we have to take off this underlay. Only a little bit. You don't have to do the entire thing. So you can pry what you can, at least up to here. And with the bumper dangling a little bit forward, you should be able to reach in there without a problem. So we'll do that now. Once these are out, you have to take off this here 10. And there's also another one back here. So one up front, one up back, and then there's that groove there. You just pull your underlay out of that slot and it should come dangling out. Remember, you only have to do half side. You don't have to do the entire underlay. Make less work for yourself. So once we expose that, we'll see the bar. So I'll take off that side and I'll show you. Now you'll notice when you pry open this part here, there is another 10 hiding up there. So we're doing this just to make sure, get this wiggle room here, this panel to come right off from underneath, because you can see our bolts right there. With that panel out of the way to give you better reach to get to those bolts. So let's go do that then. Okay, so now that's free. Look how much wiggle play we got now. Let's stick a socket in there. And these fronts are 15, so we'll loosen that when we have to. But now you have your area to get to it, so let's go back to the front end. Okay, so these are 18s again. I have a 1/2 inch drive breaker bar because I don't know what to expect. But when you put it in, you're gonna want to turn towards the front of the car. So that's how you're gonna break your lugs loose from here. Remember, there's one here, one there, and then back more. There's 2 in the back as well. So we'll pry those off and move on to the next step. Okay, so that part's off. Now I leave it like this under the car, just so I know, because the 2 back screws are smaller and the 2 front ones are huge. So that's out. That bottom piece can come loose. There's also, I forgot to mention, another 10 here. So that we'll take that out, and that'll just allow the bar to move freely by itself. So after that, I'll show you guys this piece now can actually come out once we loosen out the bolts in the front here. Remember, it's 3, so it's 1 on bottom and 2 on the top. That's a bad angle. And the other one is down there in the bottom corner. But like I said, that's why we open up this panel here, so we can get to it from the underside in the front. Okay guys, so here's my 2 front bolts. Now the 3rd one is still in there, but I did not loosen it all the way just because I only want to loosen up this bar so it's loose. Now I can get to this piece here. So I have a little more clearance now. I can wiggle this bar free and actually pull it forward a little more or push it back if it fits something in there to get it down. So I'll show you the next step now. Okay, so we're gonna come after this piece here. I have an offset metric 18. I'm gonna put that on the top because it's gonna spin when you take out this bottom. This bottom is also a 15. Get that on there. Spin towards the front of the car while holding the top so it doesn't spin. So, okay, so now this pin part here, I have a 15 connected to the back nut here, and that's what's going to drop this piece. And I have a 7/16 and a 3/4 drive on that end. And when you start spinning, one side will spin, so that's why you need the other side to be held down as well. Let me take that off, and then next thing. Yeah, so that's off now. Like I said, I used a 7/16. This side was a 15. Well, yeah, not 15 front end, 7/16. And that was this part here where joint connects. Now onto the big bad wolf. This one right here. Now I did struggle a little bit, but I have a 5/8 my breaker bar on a half drive because you get a little more leverage. So this one's pretty stuck on there, but you put it on there, your breaker bar, you want to go up to break it off. So once that's off, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so now that is off, I also found that if it's hanging down here, if you use an extension, that'll help you out a lot too, to get it and be out here with your ratchet or drill or whatever you have. I used everything hand tools, so at the end of the video I'll show everything I used. Okay, so this part, I have a rubber mallet because there's a part here. Well, anyway, on top there's this hole on the top here. You're gonna bang that out, and this piece will slide right out. Sometimes you might have to put something in here between that groove there, pry it open a little bit, and use a mallet. You want to smack this part here, and this front end should come out. That should make it easy to loosen up that spot and that back piece over there. So get to it. So I got a pin out here. There's going to be a little bit of resistance, so I usually lift up the entire assembly here, but you really want to be careful with your boot here, your arm. And now I just have to wiggle it out and get this piece in. So I grabbed the entire thing from here, kind of just pressed it down and moved it over that way, and just keep doing that to get it out there. It's a little bit of resistance, but wiggle it out there, and voila, there's our old one. Very bad condition. Yikes. Okay, so now out with the old and with the new. Okay guys, so finally on, after such a war, that is pretty much the hardest part of the assembly. So I put this side in first, I slid it over, I pushed that in second and slightly tightened the bolt, and then I put in that middle piece there. Now I did notice the position for your assembly here affects the angle on how flat it is over there. And when you're laying the part that we took out in our underlay here, you can actually see through that bolt there if it's aligned or not to put the screw in there. So like I said, here first, don't screw anything in yet. Come down to your bottom, you can insert the pin, and then you're gonna straighten out that part there. Give it a couple whacks with the mallet. You're gonna smack here a couple times, smack there a couple times. You want to keep it as even as possible, and one nice push backwards to help that piece go straight back. Once you see that your hole is aligned, you can tighten the pin here and then put on your bolt over there. Now we're going to redo everything all over again. So I'm gonna put all our screws back in here for this bar to the front, where our 3 bolts were, and then pretty much do everything from the beginning of the video. Let's put your car back together. From here, we're gonna go to our front, put back our 15s to the front. Let's get it hand tight. Skip this part to the next. But remember, 3 15s. Okay, so with your 3 back in the front, you're gonna come back under here. Remember this piece? Your 2 short ones in the back, and your 2 long ones in the front. And this assembly is 18. So you get your 18. You're gonna put your plate on first, back here, and you're gonna do your 2 smalls in the back, 2 longs in the front. Now once those are in, you move right to the back here. Can't forget this one here is a 15 and I think it was a 19 on the top. So you put your 19 on top, put your 15 underneath, so. And you start tightening. Then I'll show you the next thing. Your pin area, double check it, make sure it's tight. And we have a 7/16 on this side and a 15 in the back. So just make sure it's tight. Now we are going to put our panel piece back together. So remember this area here, you grab your panel. Underneath, we had that 110mm bolt. I had mine sitting here on the floor, so all I gotta do is put it in there. Anything of this color will be 10mm. So let's get that through. Make sure you catch this one. That one in here. Then you do that one on top. So 1, 2 up there, and 3. And then we're attacking these other ones in the front. Put our piece back inside its slot, and we're gonna finish up the bumpers. Hold on, I made a little mistake here. It's actually this one first. And it's your 110. We're moving up. This piece, that piece are together, but the top, you have to catch that 110 too. So I already put mine on, but I'm just letting you guys know before we put everything back on, as it should be. Yep. After that is said and done, we're going to use our black screws to tack our bumper in here. And these are 8s. So I think I only did 3. That one, this one, that one, and the other black one's going to be for the front here when we put on our shield again. So will be black screw, black screw, black screw, black screw, black screw, and black screw. 7 black screws, I believe it was, in every other slot but this one. It's going to be pins, and that is going to be your last silver 10mm bolt. Let's get that done. And here we have it. Our protectors back on. Our black screws there. Got our 10 in the back there. I'm missing something else. Other than that, tires ready to go back on. Drop the car. I hope this helps you guys out. For anybody who has a Chrysler 200, yeah, there you have it. Front lower control arm. Thanks for watching, guys, and comment below if you need any more specifics.